welcome to the Weekly Song Podcast, Season 21. And this is episode 185. This is the show where my co-host Declan and me, Roger Heathers, each write a song in the space of a week, bring them to this podcast, and discuss how we wrote said songs. How's it going, Declan?
It's going very well, thank you. How are things going for you?
Good, I think, yeah.
Slight ominous pause.
I wasn't expecting a how are you question, but I'm well, I'm doing good.
I ask how are you, I don't receive how are you questions.
Yes. I can receive compliments, but not how are yous. No, I'm good. And how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I always think it's so funny on a podcast to go, how are you? We've been hanging out for like the last 2 hours.
We've got to pretend that we've not updated each other with each other's news or anything like that, or not just sat down and watched some Simpsons together or anything like that.
No, nothing like that.
No, that'd be weird. We never talk when the cameras aren't rolling.
New Simpsons is good.
New Simpsons is good, yeah.
It certainly is. But in our podcast news, speaking of seasons and new seasons, season 21.
Season 21.
If our podcast were American, it'd be able to drink now.
Yes. Fortunately, our podcast is British, so it's been able to drink for quite some time.
And how? So we take it in turns as to who goes first to play their songs to the other on the show. And this week, Declan, you're up to bat first. What have you brought us?
Well, I have brought you a song which you'll be delighted to hear, I'm sure.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I remember how to do this. Great. So the song that I've brought this week is a song written on the guitar. It is called Motion at the moment. That may change in the future.
Can't wait to hear it.
It just basically, it's a dance out the room, just like everything's in motion, everything's in motion until you're like at the door.
Let's take a listen.
I'm easy to find all the time, always stay here. These four walls stay the same every day as I lay here, running round in my head, spin again, think of leaving, run to comfort and care, never there, but I need it. I run my own bed, it always on my head. I forge my own path, fate has the last laugh. My evenings end up alone, no one home, not a word said, leads to pushing away, as if you'd stay. Is it worth it? Think you're calling apart, it's an art, as always. And I know I've been wrong, holding on for a new way, but I made my own bed, it all rests on my head. I forged my own bed, fate has the last laugh. Oh, can I make things better without changing them now? Can someone show me how? I made my own bed, it all rests on my head. I forged my own path, fate wants a last laugh. I have enough time to head down a new line. I must be open to hope, help, and motion.
Fantastic.
Oh, that took too long to do.
That's great, man. That was really good. That was Declan's first song for the season 21. What a cracking way to start the season off. That's Motion. Also, you've cut out your guitar work for yourself for the first week.
Yeah, that was a silly decision I shouldn't have done.
That whole riff, doom, 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 it's a lot to play. It sounds great, though.
It was slower originally, do you believe? Like,
really?
It was just like...
You really are a sadist. I mean, masochist. I always remember masochist. It begins with M. It means me. Masochist, me. Sadist, somebody
Well,
else.
Here's a life lesson for you on the podcast.
No,
Masochist means me.
Okay.
Title.
yes. Okay, so how did this one begin? And take us through it.
Well, this one, as ever, started with the chords, because why change the way I write songs after 185 episodes? It was just like mucking around with some chord shapes and like a...
Well, we got that C minor, sorry?
Yep, C minor, with a little sus2 to ordinary 1. And then, again, because it's a natural place to go, A flat.
Cool, nice, yeah.
And then originally went to F minor.
Mm-hmm.
Which it still kind of does. But instead, it's now with an A flat in the bass. So in practical terms, you're going from... Like, you could argue that that's maybe a sus6, so a sixth note added on top of the chord.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided not to argue that. It is F minor with A flat in the bass. And then just a F minor to a G7.
So clever.
So that bit came first. And like I said, originally it was a bit slower. Just... But you can sort of see that.
I can see why that direction would go. I prefer the faster one, though.
Yeah, I've... in preparation for this season, I've put together a little playlist of just songs I like listening to. It's called Vibes on my phone.
Nice.
And it's like, it's just mostly it's like Carly Rae Jepsen and Charlie XCX and
Nice.
Sigrid and a little bit of Foles and a little bit of Foo Fighters and just like that very high energy sort of fast thing. So when I was thinking about this, I was thinking like, what if this was like a Charlie XCX song? Like, let's pretend this is all synthesizers. And then, like, you've got a bass line there.
Yes.
And then, like, you've got... Presumably, it would have to be some sort of, like, very toppy, trebly high synth going like...
I can kind of see what you're saying now. Like, it's like the whole synth arrangement, but in one guitar part.
Yeah.
Yes. Declan Summer, or whatever they say.
Brat Declan Summer. Which, structuring it that way ended up helping out with the vocal melody, because it ends up being like a blend of the two.
Yes, I was going to say, it's like almost in unison sometimes.
Because it's mostly following the bass, apart from the beginning, like, I am always the same.
Ah.
Like, yeah. And then...
So let me guess, what you kind of came up with some music and like you were like, okay, I've got this thing, I've got the synth parts going on, and then you're kind of scatting over the top, and you're like, what should the words be? Is that right?
Yep.
I can relate.
And then like, because you're sort of there, and you've kind of, if that's a major 6, you've kind of implied the home key is E flat. So it ends up being going back to that for the first bit of the chorus, then to a B flat over C.
Ooh.
Because I knew I wanted the chords to go down. So B flat in the first bit, but also I knew I was going to resolve to B flat for the first part of the chorus, so it didn't quite feel right. So put a C in the bass, so then you get those lovely suspensions.
Oh, yeah.
And then this one I've decided, just to be contrary, is an A flat with a sus6 with an F in the top. And then first time round to a B flat sus4 to a normal 1. And then second time through, it's a G7, but with a augmented fifth, I think. You're putting an E flat on the top to go down there, which is kind of the same as
Yes.
or similar to it anyway.
It's kind of like pulling up from, I know it's not the same thing, but like a D sus4 to a D is kind of the move-ish, isn't it? Adding from an extension back to the core.
Yeah.
That's really... I love the fact that your A section and your B section have completely different tonal identities. Like your A section is very much, hey, we're in C minor going down to that G7 sort of thing. But then in your B section, it's all kind of like major, brighter chords and stuff. Helps distinguish it, differentiate. It's cool.
Thank you. And then the bridge was kind of like a bit of a weird one because the only thing I could think of was like doing F minor and C back and forth. Like... Which I think it would have been a bit odd to end the chorus going like it works, but it's a bit abrupt.
Sure.
So I ended up going to E flat, E diminished, and then to an F minor, to a C7, and then the important bits of that melody is it's like a F and a C, so to a D diminished, then to an A flat.
Oh, man.
Then to an A flat major 7, and then the G7 augmented back to G again,
which sets you up to go back nicely to C minor and the riff. Let me ask you this, because you got such a great like way of putting these chords together, and you go, okay, then it goes from this augmented back to the normal, it goes to this, and like, is this just the way you play guitar? Do you kind of sit down and these chords just come out your fingers, or do you kind of go, right, let me have a think about this and do it more methodically?
Half and half.
Right.
Like I said, like the intro for this one, like originally was, which didn't quite work, so I modified that. And like in the bridge, I knew I wanted it to go to E flat first, and I knew it needed to hit F and C at certain points. So it's like, the first time round it was just...
right.
And then it was just substituting the second half of that for like different chords to give you like different bass notes, imply a little bit of movement.
Yeah.
There is no movement.
I suppose that kind of answers my question in the sense that like it doesn't just come out fully formed. It's like, okay, that's the basic shape, and then as you go through and refine the song, you're chiseling out, okay, that should be the bass note in the lower part or whatever. Like
85% of the first instinct ends up being like more or less what you want to go for. But
yes.
then like occasionally you'll know like, right, so I wanted it to go to that chord because it's got this note in it, but the chord I picked wasn't right, so what else has got that in it?
That's a good point. I mean, it's the same with lyrics in a way, isn't it? It's like when you're writing a verse, like, yeah, you get the basic thing down where the rhymes are in the right place, but by the seventh draft or go through it, you're like, I'll change things here, you know, change a word or something.
Talking of the lyrics.
Yes, I was about to say, yeah.
So these went through like 2 drafts. I sort of, because I was very clever, I left songwriting very late. I promised I was going to be good. I was not good. I wrote these about 7 o'clock originally, and then I sort of had a bit of... I think that was a Sunday, so I think I was editing the video that I was sending you.
Yes.
I think that's right. So by about 11:30, I thought, I'll have another look at them. And it was kind of just sort of rewriting them to be less specific, a bit less mopey, which is amazing considering how the finished song ended up. And just making them a bit stronger, basically.
Sure.
And it's about when you feel still in life.
Still?
Yeah. So like you feel like nothing's moving anywhere.
Oh,
and
right.
Like you're always indoors in your room or something like that, or like you haven't got the funds to go out and have a nice night out or something like that. Everything feels very static. And that's not a nice feeling, particularly, is it?
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. It's like a stagnation or no progress.
You sort of get that vibe out of it a little bit.
Sure.
So it's just writing that, basically. Putting the sad from here to here.
Getting your insides out, as my dad always says.
And then the... the title didn't come until I finished the last line because I didn't know how I was going to end it. And that last line, it's like, okay, right, stop being mopey. What do you need? So it's like, I have enough time to head down a new line or whatever the thing is. And then I must be open to hope, help, and motion.
I like that. That's a great lyric.
No idea what it means.
It's like the movement you need is on your shoulder with Lennon McCartney. I'll change that. No, you won't change that, you know. That's a really good line. It's got a nice dun-dun-dun-dun, like meter to it.
But then motion is also quite nice for the song because obviously playing it on the guitar, you have like that sort of like constant thing going through it.
That's really cool. Yeah. Are there any lyrics which stand out to you as like breaking new ground for you lyrically, or like something like you go, oh, that was a cool one, or something like a cool rhyme or anything like that? I'm putting you on the spot majorly here, but I like the lyrics throughout. I was just wondering if there's anything that was highlightable for you. No.
To cut a long story short, no. Maybe just like the fact of in the final two lines of the chorus being a bit more direct of like, stop being a mopey git.
Yes.
Like this is like write a little bit of self-help at the end so you're not left feeling utterly depressed.
I must say, this is a trick I've taken from your book, actually, is where you've said in previous episodes and songs you've written, like, if you've got a song that's quite, like, sort of, like, down for, like, the first few verses and the choruses, oftentimes you'll try to, like, have some ray of hope or, like, a silver lining in the last part, and I'm doing that for my song I'm writing this week.
Ooh.
It's a good move, because you can kind of feel like, I'm just writing a sad song, and I do feel sad, so it's authentic.
And now you're taking a sad song and you're making it better.
Better, yes. Lennon McCartney again. I really like this. It's great. So you do picture this as like a kind of synth pop type of tune then?
Maybe. Like, I looking at me, like, I can't really pull off being Charlie XCX, can I? But, like, if it were to get produced, I think you would lean a bit more into, like, a bit angular, a bit distortion, a bit, like a bit of a constant beat through it, so... Yeah. But, like, not a full-on rock track or something, like, maybe, like, just a really fuzzy, dirty bass, just, like, doing a...
I love the bass part itself. Has so much room in it. It's like do 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 do. You got those little gaps of silence. It sounds so cool with the beat behind it.
Oh, I hope it will if I ever decide to record it. It may be one of those where the words need a bit of a change, but yeah, we'll see.
That's great, man. Really great start to the season.
Thank you very much. So that's it for this. No, actually, we can't end it here. We've got another song to listen to.
Yes. I've got a song this week called...
Oh, that's jolly good. We needed a second song.
I've got a song called I Can't Get It Off of My Mind. And it's on the guitar, and it goes like this. I come to see you and I'm awfully glad to meet you. I take your order and I'm running away. I'd like to be you, but I'm always underneath you, and I can't get it off my mind. I bring your pizza and I drift a little deeper. I've got to keep my mind from running away. Sometimes I wonder if my life is going under, and I can't get it off my mind. Oh no, I can't get it off my mind. Imagine living like this every single weekend. 250 is a hell of a price. I fall asleep and dream of diving off the deep end, and I can't get it off my mind. Oh no, I can't get it off my mind. But if I could, I wouldn't dream about it. Life would be good. I'd be so free without it. Gone with the days of running away.
Sorry.
I want it all, not to complain about it, but to be sure. I rack my brain about it. My dream and yours are one and the same. Oh, but I can't get it off my mind. Oh, no, I can't get it off my mind. Oh, no, I can't get it off my mind.
So that was Roger's first song for this season. Can't get it off of my mind. And I can't get that off my mind. That is wonderful. Like, I was having a lot of fun during that one.
I forgot you did that. Thanks. Yeah, it's upbeat. You know what I mean? I wanted to start.
I can attest.
I wanted to start the season off on like a kind of buoyant note. You know. So
hopefully this isn't in contrast to anything else that you've got planned for later on.
Oh yeah, I've got funeral dirges for the rest of the weeks. So, yeah.
So this one sort of feels like obviously it's got that very strong rhythm to it. Was that where this one started for you?
Pretty much, yeah. It was just started with like playing guitar and like just kind of trying to come up with something. I've done this thing recently where I've been like, I saw this on Instagram. Somebody said, set a timer for 10 minutes. If you come up with something, carry on. If you don't, try again tomorrow. So I thought I'd do this. Luckily, this happened on Monday and it worked out on Monday. So I started out with just all I'm doing is C, E minor, F and G, like that sort of thing, but sliding either below from a semitone or above a semitone.
It adds so much. It's such a little detail, but
right, and it just I mean compared to
which works. How's the song sung over that?
I come to meet you and I'm awfully glad to greet you. I got no reason to be running away. I got no reason, but I'm rapping off the deep end and I can't get it off my mind.
It really works for that Ascension bit.
The only problem is it is an absolute pain to play.
Yeah, you show off. You utter show off.
Hey, it says...
But you're doing harmonics in that.
It was just... I wanted to do something in the second verse that was like a doorbell. Like, someone comes to the doorbell... I really wanted to fit that in somehow. I couldn't do it. So I came up with that, and then I was like, you know when you just kind of like got a groove going? There's no song yet, but there's just kind of that's
I
something.
Can feel there's something in here. Oh yeah.
And I just started like scatting over that. But I can't get it off my mind. So I've got a lyric. And I thought, okay, I'll put down the structure demo on my phone or something for just like the entire structure of what I've got. I knew I'd need something else, which I'll come to soon, but generally I just kind of got that basic thing down with me scatting over it, intermittently going, and I can't get it off my mind.
It's good that you've got that as the ending because you know where you need to work up to.
Exactly. But it's a double-edged sword because I've got that great, like...
really strong closer. Yeah,
I don't mean great in the sense like, aren't I great, but in the sense of like you're saying, like structurally, you've got a finish line. And but then, of course, as I've said many times, what can't I get off my mind? So I toyed around with various things. And
I tried to tidy all the things up in the kitchen, but I have too many spoons.
I do have too many spoons. Actually, too many big spoons, not enough teaspoons. Anyway,
you should see how he makes coffee. It's insane. That's why we're like so energetic on this show. It's just like dessert spoons of coffee into the mugs.
We are drinking like strong coffee at like 9:15 at night. Pretty crazy times. But anyway,
Aren't we wild?
So I kind of went through like lyrically, like I started out writing something quite like kind of introspective and like kind of serious or something. You know, I'm going through something and I can't get it off my mind. I very quickly ditched that. He says, touching his lyric paper there. And very quickly ditched that, and I thought, okay, what can I get off my mind that's like a bit lighter, that matches the sort of buoyancy of the song?
Breezy kind of...
Yeah. And I kind of went back to... In fact, we were talking about this earlier, not this specifically, but when you and I first met, I worked at a restaurant. And
he was working as a waitress in a restaurant.
That much is true. And I was just thinking about that. And other restaurants I've worked in too. I've worked in many like service roles, like public facing service roles.
Isn't it the worst?
Yes, it is. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to write about that. And the whole thing is from the perspective of me is like, you know, in my 20s working as a waiter or something. And you know, like when a customer is like obviously really well off, it's basically that. It's like I can't get off my mind that you are be able to afford this meal tonight. you know?
God, I've had to process sorry, a little like discretion here.
I knew no, don't worry.
Here.
I knew you'd have something to say about this because you've had this similar kind of jobs.
Well, I work in a building society, and I've had to do like payments and make out checks for like multiple times my salary in a year, and like if someone's nice about it, that's fine. It's a little weird, but it's fine.
Sure.
But if someone's not nice about it, that's where the feelings start like you're expressing in that song there.
Like, where do you get off, sort of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess with this, it's almost like I'm envying them more than kind of like, shaking my fist at them or anything. It's more kind of like, it's like I'm saying in the verses, like, imagine living like this every single weekend, spending £250 on just a meal.
That's getting close to my luxuries budget for my budget for the month.
Right. Yeah, it's it's a lot. So it's basically that. And then once I kind of got that key, I was like, okay, now I know what the song's about. So now I'm like, okay, now I know if I have a bridge. I've been editing this podcast for work called Nakedly Examine Music, and they have different musicians on each week. And they had
they don't have a visual version, do they?
Thankfully not. They had a great musician called Maya Sharp on, who I'd never heard of before, but she was saying, the reason I bring this up is she said, if you have a bridge, it needs to do something different than the rest of the song is done. So either a change of chord or a change of perspective. So I thought, change of perspective. So I can't get it off my mind, but the bridge should be, but if I could get it off my mind, then blah, blah, blah. So I thought I'd do that. So that's basically it lyrically.
And it's kind of interesting structurally, like you expect it to sort of like go back in, but it sort of stays on that B section, and then that B section like develops further.
Right.
Like what sort of like made you think to do it that way, basically?
Well, I knew that I was kind of in a little box with the verse, C, E minor, F, G, and even when I got to the A minor, you're still just on the 6 of the scale, the minor 6. So I thought, what can I do that's kind of weird? I want to do stuff this season that's like, I've never done that in a song before. And this is one of those instances where like, you go from, I can't get it off my A minor 6 there, then you go down to the minor 4, can't get it off my, and then you go E, D, A.
At that moment you go like, hold on.
Right.
Baked pudding.
And it was one of those things where I kind of just randomly plonked my fingers down somewhere near the F minor. I was like, that's weird, but it doesn't sound so weird that it's like, why would you do that? It's more just like kind of, it's a bit different sort of thing.
With that B section, it feels very much a bit like a musical. Like,
right, yeah.
Like the first bit is just like the character like going around in the scene, as it were, and then like it goes to that bit, and like the dancers come out, the backing fades away, and then it's this heartfelt plea to the audience. And
It definitely takes on a more earnest tone, especially when it gets to like the bridge proper. So the cool thing about this is obviously the song's in C major. So then you get to that little pivot bit, which I'll call it the EDA. Can't get it off my mind. And at that point, to get into verse 2, I just go, and I'm back to C again. I just climb up from the A and then I'm back in the verse.
That's a neat little trick. I like that.
It happened to work. It's lucky that it did, or else I would have had to stay in A. Because basically, when you do that, you're playing E, D, A. So you're now going 5, 4, 1 in the A major scale. So then you have the option to stay in A. And then the second
like a
time
lower
round,
version of the song.
Exactly, and you could go, yeah, and all that. But then in that part, I go, what can I do here for the bridge? Go to the E, the 5. But if I could, and then you're in that part, then I would dream about it. And then for the final bit, I knew that I wanted to come back to the very last of the song, but I can't get it off my mind. Still can't get it off my mind. But that I can't go back to the C part because I'm kind of stuck into the A major section now.
I did wonder why we sort of went that way in the end. I did wonder if it was something like that.
Yeah, so essentially I just go down to the 6 of the A major scale, so F sharp minor, and then to the 5, E, and then to the 2 major, B major. No, I can't get it off my mind. And then so the song ends on B for no reason.
But it like implies that lack of resolution. It is very much like a musical song. Like you'd expect like a reprise of this later on, where like you sort of maybe have an echo of this bridge, and then it comes back in, and then like like full big orchestra version, like dong, 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 as the character sort of makes their peace with everything.
Oh man, I can see it now. I can see it in my mind's eye.
I really like that. That's kind of like got this really nice energy to it. Like, it's nice and breezy, but it's also introspective. It's got a lot of motion to it. Like, yeah. Are you thinking of taking this forward?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm gonna do something that's like brushes. You know, maybe a little double bass or something like that.
Like almost like a light 20s jazz kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
interesting. Boom, 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 boom.
Very pared down, like kind of just watching a quartet play a song sort of vibe.
I can imagine like a honky tonk coming in like on verse 2.
Yes, yeah. You're very good at like those arrangement things. Oh, you know, add that part in there. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I mean, it's a kickoff for the season. It's
It works very well in that regard, as well as in its own right.
Thanks very much. Yeah, so that's my song.
It's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good night.
No, thank you very much. Yeah. So that's it for this episode of the Weekly Song Podcast. Thank you very much for watching or listening or engaging in whatever way that you currently are. If you have enjoyed what you have watched, listened to, engaged with in any way, shape or form, please feel free to write in to the Weekly Song Podcast at weeklysongpodcast@gmail.com. Isn't it exciting that we have an email address? You can find us on various social medias, all of which I've forgotten. I believe we do have an Instagram, don't we?
We do. Active this season as well.
Oh, fantastic. Isn't that jolly good?
At Weekly Song Podcast on Instagram. Give us a follow and stay up to date with what we're up to.
If you have been listening to the audio version of this, you can see our ugly mugs on YouTube. And if you've been watching our ugly mugs on YouTube, you can spare yourself that and listen to the audio version on Spotify and all the other places that you find podcasts.
Classic.
Indeed. It's an old joke. I do it every time. That is pretty much it for this week, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You have lots of music out. Please tell the lovely people at home where you can find it. Well,
first of all, I'll say that Declan and me, we have a project together called Schnookums, which you can find at schnookums.bandcamp.com.
SCHNOOKUMS.
And that's a good pace to animate too.
Editing Declan will be happy with that one, I feel.
Yeah, I think I gave him one last season that was like SCH. And you had to like...
Yes.
And I think I said one of the letters wrong and you animated that too. Good times. But
I have to have fun somewhere in the process.
But yeah, we got music out together under Schnookums.
It's jolly good. He wrote half the songs. They're really good.
He wrote the other half of the songs, so good. But what do you call it? So we got the full album out, but we're also working on an EP at the moment.
This EP that has been coming forever. I promise that we are actually doing work on it. We just happen to be very busy.
It's true. It is true. Yeah, time is scarce these days. But as far as where you can find my own solo music, you can find me online on Spotify, Apple Music, all the rest of it. Just search Roger Heathers. You can also find me at rogerheathers.bandcamp.com and follow me on Instagram at Roger Heathers. And Declan, where can people find you and your stuff online? Both audio and visual.
Ooh. So... I need more coffee. So you can find my music.
More? Sorry.
You can find my music by searching Declan Kitchener. There is a YouTube channel. It will be on Spotify, on Bandcamp, and all the various fun places like that. And also, if you want to listen to me yammer on about old shows and things that I like, I have a YouTube channel. You spell it DRK. I have no idea how you pronounce it. Could be pronounced Gloria for all I know. So if you search Gloria Makes Videos, spelt DRK Makes Videos, and you'll find that. And yeah.
Highly recommend both Declan's music and video output. Yeah, your channel's like blown up. It's awesome. It's very cool to see.
Thank you.
And yeah, I think that, like you say, that's basically it for this week. Join us next week for another weekly song.
Ooh. Well, that is it for this week. All that's left to say is ta-ra.
Ta-ra. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Very cool.